YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? Yeah, I'm only on YouTube right now. I mean, I'm on Twitch, but taking a little break from Twitch right now. Kind of wanted to go over some things, do a little recap. It's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. I'm happy though. You know, there are some things that I'm noticing when it comes to myself and my momentum and my drive. My edge. I kind of feel like I'm losing the edge, low key. And I'll get into that in a bit, but I'm just kind of laying it out right now, spitballing. Yeah, 6 to 7 months I've been in my boy's basement, just cooking up music and planning to move back to the West. And I'm finally at that point with, the timeline, and I gotta save up a couple of more checks and then I could literally leave tomorrow. I was gonna originally leave with like $21,000 to my name, but that's gonna take way too long. So I'm like, let me do it a little bit more realistic. So I just chalked it down a bit, and now I got the money where I want. And on top of that too, the more that I wait, like I said, I don't wanna lose that drive, I don't wanna lose that momentum. So I'm just really, I'm looking at myself and the things I'm doing in its full entirety of what it is. I'm a little discouraged because, you just never know where things could go or how things will play out when you're doing what you love, you know what I mean? This would be chapter 1 right now. Grinding, still on the East Coast right now, but I'm grinding for what I want. I'm grinding for what I believe in. I'm grinding for the things that make sense to me. And, I'm actively seeing something from that. I'm seeing growth within that, but it's just the process. So chapter 2 would be me realizing the shift when it comes to who I am, what I'm doing, and also where I see the community I'm trying to make is going. I recently thought about everything I've been doing for these 6 to 7 months I've been here. And just in general too, before me moving into the basement, I was doing feedback back at my mom's house. I was doing feedback when I was living on my own in LA. And then when I moved out of LA, I could just continue it on. But I don't really want to make feedback my identity. I love music. I always have love for it. I always have, open arms to hear new people come in and, pick people's brains when we're, listening to songs and whatnot. But at the same time, I don't want it to be a thing where I trap myself in a box. And I've been seeing that lately. And even chat been seeing that lately. So it isn't something to be ashamed of. It isn't something that I should put myself down for. It's something that I should actively change. And by me calling it out, at that point, I gotta follow it up with action. So like I said, I'm on a little break right now. Just a quick little video, quick update. Chipotle still ass. Don't really enjoy the job at all. I swear, I feel like whenever I'm there, a part of me is dying every single time. I feel like a robot. I mean, everything. I plan on finding something soon when I'm out there, but for the time being, I'm gonna also transfer from the East Coast to the West Coast Chipotle just to, be on my feet and have something coming in. Money at least, right? Just playing it smart. But aside from that, I feel like the takeaway from this talk right here is just to not be so hard on yourself, but to understand that with trial and error, there's a form that comes into play when you're willing to sit down with the things you don't know. And there's moments where, I hear a song out and I'm like, okay, I can't really give you my honest opinion on it when I'm listening to it, because I just don't really know that much about this genre. But I do enjoy this moment when you're here because I'm talking to somebody that's like-minded. I'm all for the connection. I like to sit down and just talk. You can get to know many people, many ideas, many things about this person if you just sit down with it. That's where I want the chat to be, but I get it. Everybody has their own intentions. So I'm not trying to control people or tell them how to live, but I'm pushing for that. That's what I'm pushing for. That's the energy I want. Yeah, YouTube. I'll come back another day. I'll probably take a little break from YouTube as well, since I'm not gonna be doing mixing or mastering. I finished my album. Finished my EP, dropped 2 songs already. So I'm all caught up. On my end, 6 to 7 months paid off pretty well. So I can't complain, but there has to be some sort of structure, but there also has to be a bit of form behind that structure so you can actually set your foot right and then keep going with whatever you're going with, That's really the best way I could break it down. But peace out, YouTube. I'll see you guys when I see you guys.